Bringing you the latest news from Bucks County, this is the Courier Times Update with Rachel Cannelli.
This Courier Times Update is brought to you by St. Mary Medical Center in Langhorne, PA. It's your health, expect more. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Rachel Cannelli reporting from the Courier Times newsroom with your news update on this Wednesday, July 3rd. Police are investigating a stabbing near the Doylestown train station early this morning. An older man was stabbed on South Clinton Street and flown to a hospital for treatment. Police discovered the unidentified man's stab wounds when they responded to a report of a pedestrian being struck near the train station. We'll have the latest on this story, so keep checking BucksCountyCourierTimes.com for updates. One of 19 firefighters who died Sunday while battling a raging wildfire in Arizona has ties to Bucks County. Robert Caldwell lived in Richboro until he and his family moved to Arizona more than 15 years ago. Caldwell was a member of the elite Granite Mountain Hotshots, a highly trained firefighting team tasked with battling the toughest blazes in the country. Characterized as a smart man with a good sense of humor, Caldwell was a squad boss on the Hotshots. He had just married 8 months ago and had a 5-year-old stepson. Reporter George Matar has this story on our website. A 21-year-old Bristol Township man will face trial for allegedly robbing a 7-Eleven on Bristol Pike at knife point in March. A cashier testified Tuesday that Kevin Man Fant dragged him to the register and demanded money while holding a knife to the man's chest and threatening to kill him. Police say Fant also robbed another 7-Eleven in the township, and a warrant is out for his alleged accomplice, Derek Boo Boo Carroll. Fant faces charges including criminal conspiracy, robbery, simple assault, theft, possession of an instrument of crime, receiving stolen property, and terroristic threats. He remains in Bucks County Prison on more than $600,000 bail for both robberies. Reporter Joe Chevalier has more details on this story online. Noted Washington Crossing artist Neil Bernstein was at his old stomping grounds Tuesday afternoon to pick up materials he needed for his latest project. Bernstein, an Upper Makefield native, was at the Thorpe farm to pick up pieces of the boardwalk, parts of signs, and other post-Hurricane Sandy remnants from Seaside Heights. Bernstein plans to use the storm-tossed remains to construct a traveling Hurricane Sandy exhibit that will open in Milford, Upper Bucks on Thursday, and will travel to Manhattan and various parts of the Jersey Shore.
This was not an issue of inspiration, it was one of direction.
Neil Bernstein is a nationally known artist. Just after Sandy hit, he headed to Seaside Heights. He filled a truck with slabs of wood, sand, and even stumbled across some jewelry that washed up the shore. Bernstein says these bits and pieces need to be saved and says he's glad to help out. Loading up the parts will take a few days, and this U-Haul truck will give way to this tractor trailer to make the exhibit pit stops. Bernstein hopes to get it down to Washington, D.C., and ideally to a museum where people can appreciate a part of history.
The artist, who splits his time between Washington Crossing and Manhattan, also plans to sell some of the pieces of the traveling exhibit and donate the proceeds to Hurricane Sandy victims. You can see reporter Chris English's full story and Stephen G1 Mall's full video on our website. Our Bucks County weather is stormy yet again. Today we're seeing scattered showers and thunderstorms, mostly cloudy skies and a high near 86. Showers and storms are possible again tonight with a low around 71, but don't worry, things should clear up for tomorrow's holiday. There's only a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms for Thursday. Otherwise, your Independence Day forecast is sunny and hot with temps reaching higher than 90 degrees. And the skies are looking partly cloudy for those fireworks celebrations tomorrow night with a low around 70. Friday will be more sunshine and warm temperatures with a high near 91. When we return, our pet show host Kimberly Flanders will join us to talk about the dog days of summer, school, and service. For this week's Bucks Best Friends, our very own Kimberly Flanders catches up with a pretty special pup who's training to be a service dog. Always great to have you here, Kim. So this dog visits a school to interact with the students there as part of his training?
Yes, his name is Diego, and he is currently being trained to be a service dog, which is different than a seeing eye dog. A service dog is for example, if a veteran comes home and needs a companion, that's what a service dog would be for. So Diego is being trained as a service dog, and part of his training is to interact with kids, interact with people, because he's not really like a normal dog that you go up and you run and say, ah, I got a dog, and you pet him like crazy. Service dogs, you're kind of supposed to stay back, and they're used to people because they're on the job and they're working. So Diego is in schools interacting with kids as part of his training.
All right, and he seems like a really sweet dog.
Such a sweet dog.
So let's let everybody take a look right now in this week's Buck's Best Friends.
This is Diego. He is Diego the Fourth, officially.
He's waiting. He has to wait like this at doorways before we walk in. He has to sit there until I say, go ahead.
The Canine Companions organization gives the dog to us for free. Technically, we did not have to pay for him. We are then responsible for all of his food and care.
So you turn him back in?
We turn him back in.
Is that going to be sad for you?
It's probably going to be very sad,
gonna be
but
super
it's the
sad.
bigger picture is
Yeah.
what we're looking at. It's the bigger picture of, you know, being able to help someone who can't do something for themselves.
Down. Now give him his reward.
You can see Kimberly's full video at buckscountycouriertimes.com. The Phillies used 6 of their 7 relievers to help snap the Pittsburgh Pirates' 9-game winning streak on Tuesday night, capitalizing on a workmanlike effort from pitcher Jonathan Pettibone to walk away with a 3-1 win. The strong play from last night's bullpen was highlighted by Justin DeFreitas, who came into a bases-loaded situation with 2 outs in the 8th inning, striking out Jordy Mercer to help keep the Phils in front.
I do feed off the fact that people thought that they beat me. So, you know, it's not that I'm not gonna get angry. I just get it done. You know, I've been beaten plenty of times in the minors, and I got through it. So, you know, I just told myself, just see your way through it. You know, by no means is it over yet. I don't know, you know, but I'm gonna go out there. I'm gonna grind it out every time.
The Phillies pick things back up with the Pirates tonight in Pittsburgh at 7:05 as the team looks to capitalize on last night's momentum. Reporter Kevin Cooney has the full recap and video on our website. The Flyers weren't content to sit through another quiet offseason as Paul Holmgren signed another center, Vinny LeCavalier, to a reported 5-year, $22.5 million contract, adding yet another big-name scorer to the squad's front line. LeCavalier, a recent compliance buyout of the Tampa Bay Lightning, was the #1 overall pick in the 1998 NHL draft and spent 14 years in Tampa Bay, accumulating more than 1,000 games, over 380 goals, and 874 total points. The Quebec native will be expected to help fill some of the leadership void left by the departure of Jaromir Jagr last summer. Reporter Wayne Fish has more on the acquisition on our website. Now, here's a look at what we're working on in the newsroom. A preliminary hearing is scheduled today for a Lower Southampton man charged with molesting 3- and 4-year-olds. Reporter Joe Chevalier will be in court covering. A Tullytown man is also expected to be sentenced today for being caught with child pornography after he threw a cell phone containing photos of a nude teen at his wife, who brought it to police. Joe Chevalier will also be there. And finally, more work on the Turnpike I-95 Link project begins. Reporter George Matar will tell you how your commute could be impacted later this month. You can find updates to all of these stories at buckscountycouriertimes.com or follow me on Twitter for your latest local news. I'm Rachel Kennelly. Thanks for watching. We'll be off tomorrow for the holiday, so have a great 4th of July, and we'll see you Friday.